What's up, guys? Coach Albus here with the internal rotation option at the shoulder. This is the setup that we're going to use. We're going to sit down on the ground. We're going to use something behind us to keep that back nice and sturdy. And we're going to zip up that jacket, snip some air into the stomach, and we're going to get the arm right on top of the knee here, right? So I'm going to use the knee as kind of like a table. Right, and I have my arm here, my elbow, in about a 90-degree angle. And things to look for when you go into internal rotation, right? This would be internal rotation at the shoulder, but what you do want to look for is that the shoulder blade doesn't kick in, right? So you do want to lightly pack that shoulder down just a smidge, right? Just to make sure that that doesn't happen. You go into internal rotation of the shoulder. This is my active range. I'm going to take that opposite hand and I'm going to put it right where my wrist begins and goes into my forearm, and I'm going to lightly press down slowly, trying to get more stretch from the posterior side of that shoulder, right? And as I'm doing that, all I'm doing is breathing and melting into this stretch, right? So remember, you're just hanging out into this stretch for about 2 minutes, right? Hanging out here and just allowing yourself to melt into the stretch. Be sure to also do your shoulder cars before you attempt this, guy. Use those shoulder cars for a little bit of a warm-up before going into this stretch, because we are going to add some contractions after the 2 minutes, right? So let's say the 2 minutes are done right now. I'm going to squeeze my fists for some irradiation, and I'm going to drive that bottom hand or the bottom arm into this top hand, right? So that means I'm going up this way into external rotation, and I'm going to ramp up that intensity slowly for the next 30 seconds. But at home, you do not have to do 30 seconds all at once. You can try 10 seconds and ramp that up slowly within 10 seconds. Go for a short period of time and then go right into your rails contraction, which the rails contraction, remember, is now I'm going from this hand, I'm driving away from that top hand, and I'm trying to get a little bit more internal rotation than what I had before. So now I'm working in that passive zone at that end range and really turning on all the tissue on the inside of the shoulder and maybe getting a little bit more of a stretch from that outside of the shoulder. And I'm going to go hard for 10 to 30 seconds. At the beginning, again, you can go 10 seconds at the beginning and then add more time as you go along. But the gist of this is basically to go into a 2-minute stretch, do your pales contraction for 10 seconds. Remember that the pales contraction is going up this way against this hand, and then do your rails contraction, which is going away from that top hand. And that way you're strengthening that end range. I hope this makes sense. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys, for more tips. All right, take care, guys.